India is on a mission to become a Viksit Bharat by 2047, a nation where innovation drives growth, opportunity empowers every citizen, and technology bridges every gap. It's a future where progress is inclusive, sustainable, and proudly made in India. Driving this transformation are India's visionary business leaders of homegrown enterprises who are redefining innovation, inclusion, and growth. From technology to sustainability, from local impact to global reach, they are the visionaries of a Viksit Bharat. TV9 Network, in association with SAP, presents Visionaries of Viksit Bharat, celebrating the minds shaping our nation's future. In this episode, we feature Utkarsh Bansal, Executive Director of Utkarsh India Ltd, a dynamic leader driving the modernization of one of India's most trusted infrastructure manufacturers. Utkarsh has played a key role in transforming the company into a lean, tech-driven enterprise by implementing JIT and modern manufacturing systems, strengthening strategy, sales, and global expansion. With a diverse portfolio spanning steel structures to advanced polymer solutions, Utkarsh India today serves India and 35+ countries worldwide. Meet the leader powering India's infrastructure growth, combining technology, quality, and vision to build a stronger future.
I'm Utkarsh Bansal. I'm a director at Utkarsh India Ltd. I've been with the company for the last 10 years, and the company as such is a 40-year-old company. We define ourselves as an engineering company. We have two large areas which we operate in. One being a polymer segment, wherein we do PVC and HDP pipes for plumbing, infra, agriculture, boring, etc. for the Eastern India market. That's largely Bengal, Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, Northeast, etc. A larger part of the company is products for the infra segment, which are basically various kinds of engineering products which are fabricated and galvanized for different kinds of infra. So we cater to basically road infra, telecom, T&D, solar, railway, OHE. So these are all products which are basically backbones of these projects. For example, we do telecom towers for telecom. We do transmission line towers and distribution and transmission poles for T&D. We do crash barriers and lighting poles for the highways. We do railway OHE structures for the railways. So it's a bunch of different products which we do for these segments. So that's the company as a total, and we have more than 4,000 people working for us today. The company has about 2,500 crore revenue as of last year. So that's the idea of the company. When I joined in about 10 years ago, the company was doing about a little less than 500 crores of revenue. So we've gone about 5x since then in terms of revenue, in terms of people, in terms of capacity. It's all increased about 5x since that time. And I think a large portion of this has to do with the push of the government towards infra as well. In the last 10 years, we've seen that the government has really ramped up how they pushed various kinds of infra. I think with all their schemes towards Jal Jeevan, railway, OHE, electrifying railways, national highways, telecom expenditure. So, I mean, everything has really ramped up in that sense, which has really given us the confidence and the push as well to invest more and to grow larger in these products which are meant for these infra projects. So that's been a large part of how we've grown. Me personally, over the last 10 years, I've really been part of how our company is diversified. So earlier we were doing maybe a smaller set of products. We were doing largely just pipes and poles. And over time, we've grown larger into more fabricated products, which is towers, crash barriers, and now solar. Over the last couple of years, we largely now looking at renewables, because in the future, we see renewables being a big project for the government as well, with the whole 500 gigawatt by 2030 deadline. That's going to become a big major factor for the government. So we have really catered towards solar in the last couple of years. We've also really ramped up our production of pre-engineered buildings in the last couple of years as well, because we see that the use of steel in a lot of structures is ramping up. So that's again one more area where the company is kind of coming in right now. So the way we've kind of dealt with this is that, as in how we found that there are areas of government focus wherein the government wants infra players and they want the industry to kind of focus on with their various projects. We've kind of catered towards the engineering requirements in those areas. So we keep ourselves flexible in terms of catering towards them. and that's really helped us over there. I think technology is going to be a key driver for the way business moves forward. I think not just in our industry, across all industries, without technology being upgraded or without moving with the times, it's going to be a harder time for the companies to kind of exist over there. What we've seen over time is that as you mentioned rightly, that people are becoming more and more fluent with their phones and with technology in their hands. So the way that we access them is also changing, right? So the way we reach out to our customers is changing. The way we kind of approach them is changing via digital mediums, via various kinds of different platforms. So that needs to change for all kinds of companies. Also, in terms of manpower now, I mean, manpower is not the cheapest. I mean, with Viksit India, it's going to be, let's say, developed nation will have higher salaries and people will have a higher cost of living. So the cost of manpower will increase over time. So what you've seen with that is that you see more automation coming into our machineries. You will see that there are more advancements in terms of how people can kind of do things without just human intervention. So that is coming in on the factory level. And even in terms of your marketing and your way of approaching customers, you'll see a lot of CRMs coming in, a lot of things to kind of track your conversation with your customers and how you can access them better. So that's becoming a very natural part of how technology is kind of getting ingrained in our entire cycle. With AI coming in, that's going to be an even bigger leap. It has the capability of enhancing and augmenting whatever you do to a large level, provided people understand what it can do. I'll give some examples. Like for example, today you want to reach to a customer, right? So if you have a customer and you have any person in the company kind of reaching out to them multiple times, there's a limit to what they can probably do. They can probably reach out to them maybe 4 or 5 times. They'll have a limited amount of conversation that they can have. But then with AI coming in, you can also have a scenario wherein an AI chatbot can probably take up your conversation with the customer, and they can provide them exactly what is happening in the market, what is happening in your company, what information they feel that the AI would be able to give you. So what's going to happen in that scenario is the number of touch points increases because they'll have larger chats with your company. So there's much more that they can probably achieve out of it. Our CRM is entirely based on AI, wherein like even let's say a PJP or a journey plan of an employee is now developed by AI, and then they tell them like which customer should they be going to the next day and where they see more demand coming in and what should be their ideal route rather than the manager giving it to them. Or even let's say, as I mentioned, reaching out to customers or purchase. We're trying to do AI in various levels and it's already part of it. We are very bullish on the domestic demand, and rightfully so. Over the last 10 years, 12 years, we've seen great demand coming in across all sectors. And the Make in India movement actually is kind of relying on this, because to set up manufacturing in India, to kind of make products in India, you need to have demand in India. So because that demand is there, because we see that the infra push is there, because consumers are actually buying more and procuring more, that is really pushing Make in India. And people like us, obviously, we really are really banking on that push. I think a large number of our products which were earlier having competition from imported sources from various countries has really reduced now because of Make in India. The government has huge incentives and push towards using BIS mix and using, let's say, a lot of like Indian consumption, which pushes Indian manufacturers like us to invest more and kind of push towards our production that way as well. So yeah, that's how things are, and we feel like Make in India is very positive in terms of what it's going to be in the next few years as well. Right now is the golden time of growing something in India. I mean, I haven't seen a time wherein there's so much of an infra push, there's so much of an entrepreneurial push. The entire landscape, the entire ecosystem is more towards new businesses coming in, new entrepreneurs coming in. So I think the push of the government and the push of society is the maximum right now. Keeping that in mind, it's important to have your eggs in multiple baskets, or hands in different places, so that at least you are, I would say, you have that cushion to absorb shocks and be able to grow in that. So that's my advice for people.
This was another inspiring story of vision and reinvention, showcasing how technology, discipline, and leadership can accelerate India's infrastructure transformation. Next, meet Kunj Bihari Agrawal, Managing Director of Rupa & Company Limited, one of the most influential figures in India's textile and innerwear industry. With over 4 decades of industry experience, he helped transform Rupa from a Kolkata-based venture into a powerful national name in knitted garments.